Hey everybody, welcome to City Skylines, or Cities Skylines. This is a city building game, launched around 2015, like spring. The idea of it is to build and maintain a city, including budget, health, population, pollution, everything SimCity pretty much had, all the little things that go into a city. Basically, you start when you load a new game. I'm playing with 0 mods enabled, so I'm playing a new game. You start off with a list of default maps pretty much, and down here it shows you your suitable area for building. So I like to go to the search here to buildable area, and the one at the top, Grand River, has the most area for building, which is easiest, so to say, whereas Cliffside Bay is only 53%. So half your land is actually water, which you can't build on unless you go into further details like canals and changing land mass and stuff, which is costly and pretty complicated. But for first-time players, I'd pick Grand Rivers right here, like where I started. You will start, you can see here, with one freeway entrance, and that is your main supply of traffic into the city. Should be loaded any second now. But traffic's one of those things where you'll constantly be struggling with traffic. So you can see here, it actually started with 1 and 2, and you have a nice bit of triangle land on each side. So let's get into the very quick basics, and I will show you all those that you need to do to start up your first city. Alright, so first things first, you need to get your highway traffic into local traffic. And I've played around with it a little bit, and I found the best way. Well, when you start out, you have everything locked that you can see here. So your highways are locked, your big roads, your medium roads, your small roads. So all you have are your small roads until I believe you build 1, and then others come unlocked, just like that. You unlock your 2-lane one-ways, gravel paths, your medium road 4 lanes, large roads which are 3 lanes each way, or one-ways, and then the others are still locked. But the way I choose to start for the best city, let me bulldozer tool, delete the road. The best way I've found is to take your normal roads and kind of branch them off like this. I like to make a bit of a V shape. Other people like to use one-way roads for these, but I find it just causes congestion. Take your one-way roads, put a little bit of, use this here, the curve tool. You select a point, and then it goes right there. You can see how that works. Pretty self-explanatory. So, first thing I like to do, pause the game. Before you do anything, you want to build up your water supplies, because you need water coming in and water going out, which is waste. So you want your water to be as far up coast as you can, or upstream, or whatever. And then you want your water drain pipe for your land. I chose this one, so I'm gonna pick as far away as I can right there along the water edge, and then you want to connect them. All this blue area is area that is covered by the water pipes. So I'm now going to draw a few. Yes, I know I'm very inefficient at drawing these. But then you want to, just kind of cover the areas you think. I know I'll definitely be using this triangle. Yeah, I'm really shitty with this, but cover the area you will use. And then the other thing is that the water plants all need electricity. So at the beginning, you have the option for a wind turbine. And a wind turbine is good, but it only generates 0 to 8 megawatts. When you go to place it, it shows you the heavy wind areas. So down here is only 6 milliwatts or megawatts or whatever. And over here is 8, even more. And that's a 0 to 8, so that's maximum, and that's the range of it. So I'm going to put it right by here. So that'll supply my water pumping station. And then I'm going to connect those two. So now my water pumping and drainage each have electricity. And then I am also going to build some roads. I'm going to use that tool once again, the curve line one. Make a V shape. And then from here, since it's already an intersection with stoplights, no, maybe not. Okay, well, no stoplights right now, which is kind of weird for an intersection. But I'm going to branch off of it. Not a big fan of straight roads because they're boring. Then I'm going to select that. And go over near the range of my windmill. If your buildings, the plots you select first are close to the electric source, you don't need to run power cables. Which I'm hoping to do residential, commercial, and then industrial over here, and hopefully not have to run any power lines, even though I think I will. But let's build a few more roads. There we go. Good enough. That'll be residential for right now. Industrial, my bad. So let's see. We'll first place residential, low population. That's all we have unlocked. I'm using this paint bucket tool. You can just fill in land. I'm just going to fill this all the way. And then commercial you want as kind of like a buffer in between residential and the industrial or commercial, whatever it is. You kind of just want it as a buffer, so we'll make a little plaza here. And then industrial, we will see, we will have to run power lines. So we just want to, well, first we want to make sure everybody has water. All residential does. We want to start this from the T. And we might as well just fill in this middle gap while we're here. And then we will run the power from, take here to there. And let's put it on fast forward, which is 3 on the number pad. You see we got our houses popping up. And as of right now, these are the only options available. Basic power, basic water, basic zoning requirements, economy. I can lower. You kind of want to do this right away. You can lower your power and water consumption. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. I go to power. My power consumption is 8 watts, 2 watts. I'm using 25%. Of power. Water, I'm using 3,000 out of 120,000. Very, very low. So water, you can usually go in to save some money and make some money. Lower your water just down to 50%. Lower your electric down to like 60-ish. Your electric will grow way quicker than your water. Well, it seems they did not want to build by the power lines, so I will extend them to that blue area that the power can like just magically transfer between. Once you have a big city, it just flows between it all without lines or anything. Oh, and I forgot my commercial area, so my blue area. Oh, those guys don't have water. Oh boy. You see that little bit of gap? That will cause people to not have water. But everybody should be alright right now. And you can notice my demand for this one. Medium demand for industry or offices. Right now all we have are industries. As your population gets bigger and more people get educated, that orange bar will grow. But instead of industrial, they want office. You have to kind of guess, like, when we get to the schools and stuff, you can see that the rise in demand for industrial or office will grow as you check your education levels. The education levels, if most people are educated in your city for the different levels of elementary, high school, university education, if most of them are educated, that means they're pretty much wanting office zones, not industrial. So you see that? Don't just build industrial. You need office. And your city will absolutely thrive at that point. So I'm going to get out of the zoning kind of tool. We'll just let it run for a second. It's saying I need more houses and industrial, which, because of the lack of education, I know it's industrial. And they are complaining about power. You know, my budget panel increase my power. They're already sucking down more power than I can produce. So I'll put them both back at 100. Go 3 times speed. And you can see the electric availability here. Yeah. It doesn't cost that much with one windmill. So, but you see, it just went from 3 to 4 for consumption. That just went up 15-20% or whatever real quick. So electricity does become an issue. Water, not so much. I reduced it down to 50%. We're still at maximum. We're way in the green here. So you don't even have to worry about water for a while. And as your city grows, you will see the increasing list of demands here. They kind of just each creep up once you build up the other. So that's a solid start for a city. You have the industrial separate because they will produce pollution, which will pollute the ground. and the residents don't like that, so you want them away from them. I'm gonna pause it real quick. Well, I'll play it. You can see the residential area. Oh, I hit a achievement milestone of a little hamlet. And at that note, I'm going to close it. I haven't unlocked anything more. Those are the basics. Well, I just unlocked a few things. Garbage, healthcare, and education. But I will go over them in the next video, which is until the next milestone. So hopefully that gave you the basics to get up to Little Hamlet. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye.